Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, last MS Word. Okay, and I told you to do some activities also about the MS Word, the tabs of it. I hope everyone did it. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
so today
Yes, sir.
next level. So yesterday, the last week you studied about the basic. Today the intermediate level. Okay.
Okay, sir.
In this intermediate Microsoft Word tutorial, I'm going to
Everyone can listen to the audio, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
show you how to use Microsoft Word. In this intermediate Microsoft Word tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use Microsoft Word add-ins to add a bunch of different functionality to Microsoft Word. There are some great Word add-ins, and yet a lot of people don't know about them. The place you go to find Microsoft Word add-ins is by clicking on the Insert tab, and the Insert ribbon will appear, and then look for the add-ins group. Now, if you don't see that in your copy of Microsoft Word, chances are you're using an older version of Microsoft Word. Add-ins are in the more recent versions of Word. And the add-ins group basically gives us two things that we can do. We can go to the store to get more add-ins, or we can access the add-ins that we currently have. So let's take a look at that. I'll click on Store, and it opens up with a window where it recommends to me add-ins that Microsoft thinks I might like. And you can see that there are some pretty useful ones here, like Adobe Sign for Word and PowerPoint. That's one that I don't have, but I think I could definitely use that. So I'll click Add. It opens up a panel at the right. Sometimes it opens something in your document itself, and then you can use the...
Okay, students. So we have what? My add-ins. Okay, there's a function called my add-ins in MS Word. All right. So if you go to MS Word, so I'll take a blank document. So insert, you can see my apps. So there's my add-ins here, my app. Okay. So you can see when I click, there's a small tab is opening. Okay. So store. So you can see here Wikipedia. You can add Wikipedia or other mobile data collections. Likewise, there are a bunch of what do you call add-ins. So you can add this, and you can get the full potential of the Word document. Okay, if you want some editors stuff means, so you can take this. So you can create your own Word templates, then image bank, likewise that. So you can organize your images using the image bank. And for education purpose also there are Wikipedia, then my script math. To put a math equation, you can use my script math sample. So likewise there are a lot of useful tools are there. Even cruel bot means it's a paraphrase. That means it will get rid of the what do you call the plagiarism. Okay, plagiarism means yeah, when you copy something from the net means it will rearrange, paraphrase, and it will give us a unique one. Okay, so likewise there are a lot of input add-ins are there. Okay, so you can get use of it. So I'm not gonna add anything. Okay, clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Panel to do something with your document. That's typically how it works. I'm going to X out of that one though and go back to the store. Notice that there are suggested categories. You can go to the apps of the year. You can go to communication add-ins, document review add-ins, editor's picks, education. There's just a whole bunch of different categories of Microsoft Word add-ins. You can also search for an add-in. So for example, I would like to search to see if there are any game related add-ins that I can pull in. And it looks like there is one. So I can click add, and now looks like there's a strange looking game that I can play as a stress buster. I'm going to X out of that. So that's how you get add-ins in Microsoft Word. I'd like to now show you 3 of my favorite Microsoft Word add-ins. And to do that, I'm just going to click here on this drop down arrow, and let's start with MyScript Math Sample. I click on that and it opens up a panel at the right, and it just says right here. Let me explain what the purpose is of the MyScript Math Sample. This add-in is especially meant for math teachers, but other people will find it to be useful as well. A lot of times it's hard to put in the math symbols or other symbols that we might want to use in Microsoft Word. And yes, I know that there is an insert symbol button where there are some common math symbols, but if you're using an obscure math symbol or a symbol that's not really a math symbol, but some other kind of symbol, it can be hard to kind of search through all of this, browse through them, and find the right symbol. So if you don't want to do that, just use MyScript Math Sample, and you can draw the symbol right here in the box, and then just click this button and it adds it to your Word document. Looks like it worked beautifully. I could also try this math symbol, and that worked. And let's try one more. And it worked. So this is a handy little add-in for Microsoft Word. I find it to be pretty useful, and I do use it quite a bit. All right, let's take a look now at the second add-in that I recommend, and this is the Word Cloud add-in.
So students, did you see the add-ins, how the add-ins are working?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
When you use that add-in, you can easily, what you can do, you just have to draw the symbols. So what we will do to the picture to, it will convert picture to text, to text format. Then you can write it on your document also. Okay, so next one.
Okay, sir.
Called Pro Word Cloud. If you're not familiar with word clouds, basically a word cloud is just a visual way to display text. So let's say in my Word document I have the Gettysburg Address. Okay, there it is. I can use this Pro Word Cloud to display this text beautifully. I can go in and choose a particular font, a color scheme, a layout. There are some case options, lowercase, uppercase, intelligent case. I'm just going to stick with intelligent case. And then how many words? I'm going to say a maximum of 200 words. The size of the word cloud. Okay, so I'm ready to go. The last step before I click create word cloud is I have to highlight the text that I want to be turned into a word cloud. Now I can click create word cloud. It's generating an image for me. There it is. And then I can right click on the word cloud, copy it, and then I can click into my document and right click paste. And there's my word cloud. One of the nice things about word clouds is that they illustrate for you which words were the most commonly used words in the text. So in the Gettysburg Address, notice that the word nation is one of the most used words, as is dedicated. And that's very appropriate, that the word nation would be used the most in the Gettysburg Address. So I really like Pro Word Cloud. I think it's a fantastic.
So students, so until today you might download so many pictures like this, similar to this picture, right? To put it as Facebook wallpaper, something like that. But today you learn how to create one of your own, right? So what do you all have to do? Go to my add-ins or my app, and you have to pick what? Hmm? Pro Cloud template. Okay, Pro Word Cloud. So you have to add that add-in. Then you have to select that phrase you have to make it as a word cloud. Then you have to generate. Okay, clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Illustrate for you which words were the most commonly used words in the text. So in the Gettysburg Address, notice that the word nation is one of the most used words, as is dedicated. And that's very appropriate, that the word nation would be used the most in the Gettysburg a documentism checker. Okay, here's the paper, and I want to check and find out if the student plagiarized. So give me a second to open up another document, and then we'll look at the CopyLeaks plagiarism checker. Okay, here's the document. It looks like several pages, looks like some good work, but I want to check to see if the student plagiarized. So I'm just going to go up here to Insert My Add-ins, and I'm going to click this drop-down arrow, choose CopyLeaks plagiarism checker. Do I want to check only the marked parts or the entire document? I'll say the entire document. I click scan. Is this a business document or an academic document? In this case, it's an academic document. I click continue. And now you do have to register in order for this to work properly. So now it should work, and I can click scan, and it's performing a plagiarism scan. It does take a little while to finish this, maybe 10 to 20 seconds. And after doing so, look what it found. It found a document online that has 100% of the words. So that's definitely a red flag. Here's another document online that has 48% in common, and then it goes on down the line. So this is a great tool, especially for teachers, but also for other professionals and for students. So I hope that you've enjoyed learning about the Microsoft Word add-ins. If this video has been helpful to you, please.
So students, so you get to know what is really plagiarism is. So plagiarism is what when you copy something entirely from a website or a blog or something. So when we check the plagiarism, it will show where did you pick the note from and all that. So if you didn't give the reference or if you didn't change it means, so you will get caught. Okay, like I said before. So I said all of you to do your assignments without copying it from the website, right? So okay, so clear, students? Okay, so next time when you are giving an assignment means you must do what? Do a plagiarism check on Word. All right, so next. Okay,
In this advanced Microsoft Word tutorial,
so does anyone want to write the add-ins and all that? Don't write too much, just write how to go to add-ins option and write that main three add-ins. That's enough as an example. Okay, so I'll just type it for you. Okay, students, just write this much only. No need to write the entire thing. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Finished.
Shall I erase this? The text part.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm going to show you some of the most important and powerful formatting options in Microsoft Word. A few weeks ago, I posted my beginner's guide to Microsoft Word, and ever since I did that, people have been asking for more Microsoft Word tutorials, and so I've done a tutorial. But please watch for my other essay that I would like to format a little bit better, a little bit differently. And I think the first thing that you need to know about formatting documents in Word is the importance of this little button here. This is the Show Hide Paragraph Marks button. And you can find it on the Home tab and ribbon, and in the paragraph group, there it is. And you click on it, and what it does is, if it's selected, it shows you the underlying formatting that is happening in Microsoft Word. And so these symbols that have appeared, they're not visible in my document, really, but they are the underlying formatting that's happening. And so each time I see this particular symbol, that means that it's a new paragraph. When this document was created, I hit return, and every time I hit return, it put in one of those paragraph symbols. And most people use Word with this turned off, and that's fine, you can do that. But I do think it is helpful from time to time to see what is actually happening in your Word document with regards to formatting. So now that that's turned on, let's look at some of the ways that I can format this document. And let's say that I would like to have on page 2 a list of adolescent literature that I recommend. And I would like that list to show up right at the top of page 2. Well, there's a couple of ways I could do that. I could go down to the bottom of page 1, for example, click, and then I could just tap return or enter on the keyboard, and I could just press and hold that even and push the rest of my text onto page 3. And so now, if you look at page 2, I have a completely blank document on which I can create my list of recommended adolescent literature. So that is acceptable. I could do that, and it would work, and I think it would look nice. But notice the formatting. Each of those symbols is a new paragraph. There has got to be a better way to do this. Also, what's going to happen when I start entering my list of adolescent literature? For example, The Book of Three, Ender's Game, The Hobbit. As I enter these, look what's happening to the text below. It's pushing down my third page of text. Now you might say, that's okay, I can just delete some of these paragraph symbols. And that's true. If I do that, look what's happened. It's solved that issue. It's pulled the text back up. But there really is a better way to do what I've just done. So I'm going to cut this list here of adolescent literature, and I'm going to get rid of all of those paragraph symbols. In Word, instead of hitting enter or return a dozen times to create the space that you need, there is a better way to accomplish what I want. So what I want to do is go down to the top of page 2. This is where I'd like the list of adolescent literature that I recommend to appear. So I'm just going to tap return or enter to provide a little bit of space there, and then I'll paste in or type in my list of adolescent literature. Give me a minute to finish my list, and then I'll resume the video. Okay, so there's my list, a pretty good list of some books that I highly recommend for adolescent readers. So now that I've got my list there, what I would like to do is I would like to push the rest of this text onto page 3. Now you may not want to do that, but in my case, yes, that's what I want to do. The best way to do that, instead of hitting return 26 times, all I have to do is underneath my list here, I can just go into the Layout tab and click in the Page Setup group, click on Breaks, and choose Page Break. And look what that did. It put in a line here, a page break line, but that's only visible because I have this show paragraph marks button turned on. So if I turn that off, the page break line disappears. But what that page break line does is it pushes all the rest of the text down to the next page. Now, if I wanted to add another book to the list, notice that yes, it does push the page break line down a little bit, but it's not affecting page 3. I could add several more items to the list. Page 3 is still where I want it to be. So I hope that you see the advantages to using page breaks instead of just
Okay, students. So
to a list of adolescent literature that I recommend.
okay, so when you finish an paragraph, or when you go to the next sentence, means you need to know whether the actually that uh, it's going to the next page, or it's space or something else. So you need to know. So for that only you are using this symbol. Okay, so you can see here. So I type something. Is Kevin Black. Okay, all right. I live in Canada. Okay, so when you go to the next line, every time you will get what, that symbol in the end of the sentence. Okay, okay, students. Students, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
So whenever you are giving a space with each sentence, means so there will be a dot mark. Okay. So it will disappear when you click that mark on that button again. Okay. So when you give a print, okay, so the mark won't appear. Okay. All right, students. So even when you are printing the document, the that marks won't affect the document. You can see it here. All right. So
And I would like that list to show up or enter completely. Notice the formatting literature. My third, it's pulled to get rid of accomplish what I want. Just going to my list do is I return 26 break. And look what that did. It is underneath my list here. I can just go into the layout tab and click in the page setup group, click on breaks and choose page break. And look what that did.
okay, so next one is what? Page break. So where you can find the page break, go to page layout and breaks. In breaks, there's an option called page. Okay, so click page. So page will break. Okay, so after the page break, so you type whatever you want. Like you can put this page break where to a content. When you are using a content page means, so you can type all your content. Then you can continue on the other page, your essay or your story or whatever. Okay, or your assignment also you can. Right, students. So we use page break that on take 2 pages. So the whatever you're writing on here won't affect the text over the next page. All right, and there are a lot of other breaks also, column breaks, text wrapping breaks, then next page break, then continuous break, even break, odd break. Likewise, there are a lot of breaks available. That means we call it as these three are the page breaks. These four are session break. Sorry, section breaks. Okay, clear, students. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So write this two down. Two of this point. So first one you can write it as like this. Home tab, home tab. Go to paragraph group and click. So when you put click, you have to write after click. You just put this mark. That's enough. Okay, students. Okay, this mark. So
Okay, sir.
okay. So the next one will be or
So,
yeah, yeah. The okay, page layout, page layout, okay, page layout, breaks, page. Okay, so text breaks, page break. Okay, okay, students. So write this too.
sir, page.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Wait, brace, breaks, page break. Okay, break or breaks. Okay, okay, students.
Okay, sir.
Okay, all right. So let's go to the next one. Sorry.
Put in a line here. With that push Up here in the first part of that, it designates page. And the nice thing about section breaks is 26 times. All I have to do is underneath my list here, a page break line, break line. So I hope that you see there to lay out this next page as a completely separate section of my document. And I could create another section break at the bottom of the page. What happens is it designates this next page as a completely separate section of my document. And I could create another section break at the bottom of the page. So I'll do that. Next page. And the nice thing about section breaks is that now that I've established them, I could have different margin sizes inside of this section. Okay, so I've just adjusted the margin, and let me do that even more drastically. So these are very narrow margins, but notice up here in the first part of my document, it did not change the margins. Why? Because that's a different section of my document. And below the section that I just established, look, the margins were not affected there either. And this is also true of numbering. If you have a numbering system within the section, that will work. But once you get outside the section, the numbering will restart. So to summarize, page breaks and section breaks both work pretty similarly, but section breaks have an additional advantage that you can set off a part of the document as a separate section, and then you can change the margins, you can change the numbering, and you can even change the orientation of one section of your document. We'll look at orientation in a minute. Okay, I'm going to go back up to...
So students, so what is the difference between page break and session break? So in page break, you can give a break, you can break the pages, but you can't change any settings of the page. If you change means it will affect the entire document. But in section break means it won't, if you change any orientation or page layout settings, so it won't affect the entire document. It will affect only the that section only. Okay, so like you saw now, it won't affect any other pages, only that pages only, whatever the number of pages that is included inside the sorry, not document, the section. Okay, clear students? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So everyone clear with that, right? Okay, good. So we'll go to the next part.
Page 2 and my list of recommended novels, and I'm going to clean that up a little bit and have the list here on the columns that way, but I'm just going to go here to the columns button and I'll click how many columns I would like. How about 2? And look what it does. It splits it in half and puts them in 2 pretty equal columns. Notice what's happening here though. The title of this book doesn't quite fit in the columns as they were created. So I'm going to undo that just to show you another option that we have with columns. You can go down here to the bottom where it says more columns and then decide at that point, oh, I would like 2 columns. Column number 1, I would like to be 2.8 width. And notice as I shrink that, it's also changing the column width for column number 2. That's because of this check mark, equal column width. So I can uncheck that, and now I could have the second column actually be wider than the first column. You can also adjust the spacing if you need to, and if you want, you can have a line between them. Notice that it's applying it to selected text, but if you prefer, you can apply it to selected sections or the whole document. Then just click OK, and it changed how my text appears on the screen. I'm still not thrilled with how that looks, so I'm going to highlight the text, try it again, more columns, and let's see if I can get all the text the way I want it. Now all of the titles fit in the spaces provided. Really quickly, there's a few other options I want to point out in this video.
So students, what is the next option in page layout? Columns. So columns is used where you might see in a lot of newspapers, right? So newspaper. So have you ever seen like this in your newspaper?
Yes, sir.
You might see like this, right? A column section. So this editing is done by what? Word document. All right, clear, students.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Create your own newspaper if you want. All right. So I expect in the next assignments a bit advanced like this, using columns and all that. Okay. So I give you an assignment. So the assignment will be based on like what? Mm, so a magazine. Okay, a magazine. All right, your own magazine. Students can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So magazine mean what? It can be a, there can be a story or a comic or just a biography, autobiography. So there can be anything, a news. So you can add anything. So you have to do a magazine which gonna contain whatever I said, uh, a story. Okay, a story, then a comic, then news. What else I said? Mm, story, comic, news, ah, autobiography, biography. Okay, autobiography. So hold on, students. So can we copy information? Okay, so students, it's like this. So when you're writing an autobiography, and you can and news means you have to copy. You can't rewrite it, or you can write it on your own words, because it's a news and you can change the meaning also. When you are writing, it might change the meaning also. So don't rewrite the news and autobiography. Okay, you, but story and comic you can write on your own if you want. Okay, so you can show your creativity, that is. All right, so that's up to you. You can copy, that's not a matter, but you have to use your own this columns. Okay.
So do you have to write story or something?
No, you can write if you wish. Okay, I told you to add story, comic, and news and all that, right, to your magazine. So these are the main four things. You can even add some more also. So that is totally up to you. Okay. So now you can write your story or comic, and you can even give your new own news also that is happening uh, near to your home, or that you saw, likewise. Or you can write an autobiography of your friend also. You can write about your friend also. That's also not a problem. Okay, you don't have to write about the uh, oldest people every time. You can write about your friend or your father or your mother. Likewise, you can write. So the totally up to you. The content is totally up to you. You can write whatever you want, but you have to use what, the page break and the section break, then columns. Okay. Likewise, you have to use a lot of tools that is available in MS Word. So it should be a neat and uh, what can I say? Classy looking. That means it should be like a real magazine. When I see it, this should be like a magazine for me. Okay, so all right. D. Okay, so your mic isn't working. Do you want to speak? The
Sir, what is magazine? What do we do? Do we have to write anything?
no, 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 no. You don't have to write anything. This is totally typing. Okay. So
Yes,
this,
sir. What do we type?
yeah, stories like this. Wait, I'll show you. Okay. So like this, you have to write a story. So I said you know the columns, the columns. So you have to use this on all that.
Okay. Sir, can the topic be anything about?
Anything.
Okay.
You know stories, right? So these are the stories. Story for kids. All right. So this can be a story. All right. But in a when it comes to a magazine, you should uh, shrunk it and like this. You can see. So this should be in one page. A story should be in one page for a student. If you're gonna write a story for an adult means, so you have to write it for 2 pages or 3 pages. But the letter should be in tiny. Okay, like uh, the font size should be 11. So likewise, you have to change. Okay, I saw some of your assignments. You are writing the text in this much size. Okay, so the whole text was in this much size, 48. The font size was 48. So it's not a professional way. Okay, students, I know there are grade 7, 8, 9, 10. These three, these four grade are here. But I'm telling you, just make it small, like this. Okay, in magazine, 12 is the content size. That means the body, whatever you call it as body. So the heading. So when you go to the heading, you can type. So it should be bigger, like 20 or 24. Okay, then it's fine. You can bold it, even you can underline it also. So that doesn't matter. But when you are putting italic, so italic should be in where when you are giving a statement or you are referring something from someone's quote means. So then only you can do what italic. Okay. So I saw most of you all got a lot of shortcuts like Control B, Control I, Control U. Then and students, for your information, a lot of you are some of you are told that for increase and decreasing the font size, the shortcut is this. In some website it is wrong. Okay, Control plus Shift plus this symbol. You have to use this one. Okay. Okay, students. This is used to what? To increase the font size. This one is to decrease the font size. Alright, students. So just when you are mentioning shortcut means you first just try it for yourself, okay? Without writing it. Before writing it, just try it on your Word document. All right. Yeah, Senera. Sorry, Serena. Sorry, Serena. Okay, so mistaken, I think. Okay, students, if you have any question, you can raise your hand. Okay, so now your work is you have to write an magazine. Uh, Pages can be between 10 to 15. That's enough. 10 to 15. But the content, the bodies, font sizes must be 12. Okay, 12, and the font is should be this. Must be 12, and the font style is okay. Hold on. So can I do an essay? Yeah, can. Yeah, you can write an essay also. That is so. Whatever you're writing, whatever your creation, even you can write a trick also, a magic trick, steps to do a magic trick. So you can do write whatever you want. So you might have a lot of magazines also at your home. So you can refer to it and you can do your own magazine. So
So
now,
when is this due?
so due is up to you. So I'm gonna uh, ask you okay, when you can finish this, because this is not a simple thing for you, because there are grade 7 and 8 also there. That's why I'm asking you when you can finish. So you don't tell me it will take a month and all that. Tell me whether you can finish it within 1 week or 2 weeks, which is possible for you.
2 weeks, sir.
2 week. Sure. Everyone,
Sir, 3 weeks.
sorry,
3 weeks.
3 weeks. That is bit long. So, okay,
1 week.
okay. Here's the matter. If you are taking more than 2 weeks or 3 weeks means, if you are taking 3 weeks means there are a lot of times. So when if you are taking too much of time, and so 3 weeks is bit long. So if you're gonna submit after 3 weeks means you must give a very good magazine. That means the graphics, the front page, and all that. You have to give it like a real magazine, a perfect magazine. Okay, so you can't. So if I give 1 week or 1 week means, so if you make any mistake or if you can't make a perfect magazine means, so then it's fine because the time was less, so you can't make it. So then it's fine. But when it come to 2 or 3 weeks, so you must produce a perfect magazine. Okay, so now tell me which time you prefer, 2 or 3. So if you're sure you will give a perfect magazine means, so then fine. I can give you 3 weeks, even I can give you 4 weeks also. That's not a matter for me. But you must give a perfect one. Okay. All right. So some are telling 2 weeks is fine. What about others?
2 weeks, sir.
Sorry,
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. So 2 weeks. So 2 weeks means when we finish 11th, 25th. Okay, 25th will the time will finish, and 26th you have to submit. Okay, email, WhatsApp, or whatever it is. I don't care where. How will you send your?
So how can we send this personally to you?
You can send it by mail. So I already taught you how to send by mail, right? So if you don't know, I can show it. Okay. Someone missed that class, I can show it. So when you log into your Gmail means initially this step will go on. So click this button. So initially in your Gmail, it will like this. So I have shrunken it. Okay. So it will take some time to compose an email. So after composing it, you have to type your whom you're gonna send. So the person's email address. So in my case, I'm gonna send it to my work. So this is my work mail. So I'm gonna select it. Then I'm gonna give a subject. Subject means uh, let's say magazine assignment assignment magazine. Okay. So if you put like this is a subject. So it will be like an heading for your email. Then you can write a subject like uh, whatever your friend or okay. Likewise, you can put your subject. Then click this button to attach a file. Okay. So in my case, I'm gonna attach this one. So after attaching it, it will load. Then after that only you can send it. Okay. Clear, students? Anyone have a doubt? So tell this to your friends who missed the class today and tell them to do it. So the time is 2 weeks, so you have to submit it on 25th or 26th. Or you can give it before itself also. That's not a problem. Okay. Okay, quiz. So first of all, does anyone have a question on this?
No, sir.
Right? You can send a mail and you can receive a mail. So there's no confusion in that, right? Okay. So since you're clear in that, I can tell you something else also. All right. So students, when you're sending your magazine, be, before start your magazine, first is you have to change your size. Go to page layout and click size and change it to A4. Okay. Everyone note this down. Go to page layout tab, click size and change the size to A4. Okay. If you didn't do this initially, the every alignment you do it in the first step, it will collapse. Okay, that's why I'm telling you. So when you open a document, first of all, do it this. So okay, so change it to A4. Then you can even change it to landscape also. That's not a matter. All right. So if you change it to landscape because it's a magazine, it can be portrait or landscape. Either way, it's possible. Okay. So the cover page must be attractive like this. In cover. Okay. Okay, you can see this, right? These are the different one. This is a simple one. Okay, putting just a circle and all that. So you have to do something like this. The cover should be like this. Okay, or you can put like this also if you can do it. All right. Ah, there's something else also. So you can put something like this also to the end and the front. Okay, students. So there are a lot of designs available. So you can select any one of it. So pictures, mostly you selected from Google, or else you can select like this also. You can take a pictures from your home, maybe, you know, right? Okay. So put some attractive pictures and be make it more attractive. Okay, right, students. So and most importantly, save it. Uh, so after save as type, give it as PDF. Okay, okay, students, give your file type as PDF, then save a copy as Word also. Okay, so you have to make two copies. One is .pdf and another one is docx. Okay, clear everyone? Students,
Okay, sir.
everyone is
Yes,
clear?
sir.
Okay, good. Okay, if you have any doubts, just ask me now itself, or else you can ask me through WhatsApp also. Okay, right. Okay, any question about the magazine?
Sir, what's the page limit?
Page limit can minimum 15, maximum unlimited. You can type for 100 pages also. That's not a matter because the contents are mostly copy paste, right? Like news and autobiography and all that. So it's up to you. So minimum it should be 10 to 15. Maximum you can type as much as possible. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Does anyone have a doubt? Hmm? No doubts. Sure. Okay. So since you don't have any questions, so I'll stop the session and I'm gonna ask some questions. Okay. Regarding the previous lessons. So okay. So there are still some questions are there. So if it is an essay, how many words could I type? Okay, so you can type for a page. A page is enough. If you're gonna type an essay, means a page is enough, more than enough. Okay, all right. So anyone else have a question regarding the magazine? No, no questions. Okay, so I'll ask you some questions. So what are the uh, what are the topologies that is used in real world. Tell me right. I'll ask five question, okay? So first, I'm gonna ask from Dino. Dino, answer me. What are the topologies available? Network topologies.
So what's the question again?
What are the network topologies that is available in real world? Okay. So I told you five topologies. You can tell the five also. No problem.
LAN,
Sorry.
LAN, local area network,
No.
bus topology,
Yeah.
those things. Oh, okay. Bus topology, star topology, ring topology, mesh topology.
Okay. Fine. Okay. So students, make clear. Topologies means bus, star, tree, hybrid, and mesh, and ring. Okay. Only these six. There are some other topologies also available, but these are six you need to know initial. Okay. And then what is the most advantage, what do you call it, more suitable and more inexpensive topology that is available in that six? That means the topology must be can be expandable, less cost, and easy to easy for installation, and administration is easy, troubleshooting is easy. Likewise, there are a lot of advantages in that. Okay. So what are the sorry, not what are, what is the topology that we can call? Huh? Tell me, what is that topology? Mm,
Mesh topology,
sorry, I
mesh
couldn't.
topology,
Mesh? No. Mesh is
star topology, bus
okay.
topology.
Uh, all right. Okay. So everyone is trying to tell us. Let's tell some names so one will get correct like that, right? So let me clear you. So the mesh topology, it's expensive because you need to connect each and every computer with one computer. That means if there is seven computers in a network, means the one computer should connect with the other six with one cable. So that is difficult, and that is bit expensive also. You have to buy a lot of cables and all that. Okay. And at the same time, the bus topology, if the main cables break, means the entire network will go down, and there is no expansion. You can't expand the bus topology. Sorry, you can expand the bus topology, but uh, you can't administrate it properly because it will bounce. The signal will bounce all over the network. To terminate on that only, we have used terminals. Okay. And in ring topology, the message will go to the directly, won't go to whom, the relevant person. It will go pass through every system that is available in the network, and then only go to the relevant person. So it's not a perfect topology, but they will use it still. Okay. But star star topology is the one, this is which is easy to monitor and administrator, even to expand a network also. The start of the day is the best one, because there's a centralized device which is going to centralized connectivity device called hub or a switch will be available in the mid of the topology. So every computer will be connected to the hub, and the hub can be expandable. So you can connect another cable to the hub or the switch. Then you can connect the other end to another switch. So the network can be connected. So it is easy to expand also. So you don't have to buy a lot of cables or lot of stuffs and all that, like in mesh and ring. You can buy it by the hub, and you can connect it easily with the less cables. So uh, start topology is the best one to use in real world and in the organization. Okay, okay, students.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So then, okay, so all right. Uh, Amshi, tell me the definition of LAN and the abbreviation of LAN. You can type it through the chat also. You can tell it through the mic also. That's not a problem. So, Amshi, okay, the abbreviation is local area network. Good. Yeah, Netra, do you have any questions? So, Amshi, what is the definition for local area network? Mm, a computer network that interconnects computer within a limited area. Okay, okay, that's a good one. But not limited area within a building. Okay, use it like, okay. Don't put limited area. Change it as building. Okay, you got the idea, but you have to change the definition a bit different way. That's it. All right. So, okay, that's fine. So next, angel. Tell me what is the abbreviation for man, and what is the definition for man? Metropolitan area network. Good. Friends, hold on for 5 minutes, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, a man is a network that interconnects user with computer resources in a geographical area or region. Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah. In a geographical area. Yeah. Okay. So, so do you have quiz today? This larger area than land, but smaller area than land. Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. It is larger than land, but smaller than land. Okay. So next, so do you have quiz today? So I'm just asking today. So mm, you need a quiz. Does it? Anyone? So a student is asking, do you have quiz? So anyone need a quiz today? Hmm? Students? It's like no one need a quiz today. That's so. So so let's do a small quiz on word processing. Okay. Okay, students. So wait, like just 15 questions. Okay. So okay. I hope everyone can see this. Can see this, right? Wait. Okay. Okay. So to everyone. So the link is shared in your chat. Okay. Zoom chat, not in WhatsApp. It is shared in your Zoom chat. Okay. And this is the game code. So students, I'm waiting for you. So only 9 students are there. So I hope everyone to come. Okay. Only 2 are there. Five, 3, 4. What about others? What about other 5? 5 students are missing. Okay. The four uh, uh, didn't twist up. Me, don't do the quiz again. Even you're not doing exam. Everyone is still there, but he's not doing the exam. Sanjeevan, can you hear me? Why are you not doing the quiz? Samshi finished. Sharina finished. Dina finished. Subhi, Subhikshan. Subhikshan is finished. Shalomi finished. Shobo finished. Sharon finished. Angelo, sorry, Sharon is doing. Angel also doing. Netra is doing. Sanjeevan, what about you?
Sir,
Yes. Yeah.
sir,
Yes. Does anyone have a doubt? Uh, Students, there's something I need to show you. So if you wait for some time, means I can show it to you about the quiz. Okay, because some students are still struggling to use it. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to use it and all that. Okay,
okay, sir.
so if you wait means I can show it to you. If you think you don't want means, what is the time now? 5:11. All right, Netra is gonna finish. So we just go through the question and then we will see about that. Okay. So Netra, okay. Netra is finished, I think. Okay. 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 Good. So Netra also finished. So the user account is mine. So students, I'll show you what you can do in this really. Okay. So when you enter a game, okay. So wait, I'll show you how to enter also. Okay. So you go to the quiz website. All right. Or else you can open your quiz app also. So then click join a game. Okay. I'm telling this for the students who are still struggling to use this app. Okay. Paste the code and click join. Now it will ask for your name, not the game code. Okay, most of the students making this mistake. Okay, type your name. Now I'll type Kevin. Okay, so I'm just typing a fake name. In your matter, you have to type your real name, not your gaming name and all that. Okay, so I'll type my real name, Hariharan. Okay, Hariharan. So In here, you can select whether you need to read louder. That means it will read your questions and answer for you, and you can listen to it. So if you click this means it will read the the system itself. It will read the question and it will let you know what it is. Okay, it won't tell you the answer and all that. Okay, so if you don't want the music means you can mute it itself. You can, if you don't want the sound effect, so also possible. Okay, so I don't need this effect and all that, so I'm just unmuting everything. So start. Okay, there's a countdown going as usual. Okay, so okay, so you can see here, right? So you can pause it. Yeah, actually you can pause the game, or you can resume. You can change your theme, or you can change the setting in the middle. Likewise you can do, or else you can save and exit also. Okay, so if you click this, it will show it's correct. Okay, so there will be some memes in middle. So in real time it will show whether you are going down or likewise. Okay, slow down, that means you are clicking is too faster. It means you are not being calm and like that. So it will show the place you are in and your points and all that. Then strikes means how many times you are clicking the correct answer. Okay, so one strike. Okay, so you have now one strike. Then a way to print a document means, yeah. So if you click the correct answer two times, there will be two strike. Okay, so and sometimes you will get some power ups also. Okay, got it. Then a way to open an account. So I clicked the wrong one, so the strike is gone back. So you don't have now, you don't have any strike now. Okay, in this you can zoom it really. You can zoom the picture and see what it is really, if you couldn't see the picture properly. Okay, if you click the image, it will show you in an enlarged way. All right, so this picture is what, quick access. All right, so after that, so here you can see what is really, what is this. So you can see what is, so they have marked this place. So what is that? Windows taskbar. Okay, then we will shows another one, this one. So what is this? This is uh, vertical ruler, not the horizontal, the vertical ruler. Okay, now you have peaked. That means you have, so redeem question means you can answer something you got wrong in previous, and you can correct it now, which you won't get in a real exam. Okay, so a way to open an existing document. That means, so now you can correct it because you already know the answer while you are doing the exam. Even I can take that option away. Okay, then again zoom it and see reference. So what is this? It is what, a tab. Okay, likewise you can do a lot of things. Then here zoom. So I, a lot of the questions I know the answer. So next, this is ribbon. Okay, Your wisdom is. So likewise, there will be some memes. So if you want, you can activate it. So if you activate it means you can do something. Sorry, what was the power up I gave? I forgot it. So okay, that's a group. So each power up has a unique abilities. Okay, students. Then here we have uh, section point. Okay, so you have 50-50. Okay, this one is a bit cool. So you already know what is 50-50, right? So in here, you can use this 50-50 option. So you can eliminate the two wrong answer, and you can see in MS Word what you can create. Spreadsheet you can't create in Word. So documents. So likewise, you have a lot of options. If you give the correct answer only, you will get power up options. Okay. So this one will increase your points twice. Sorry, not twice. It will multiply your points in two. Okay. So if I activate this, so which one is an example for Word document? It's a book report. Okay, students. So it's like that. Okay, just like that. If you create an account for this, so okay, I have a redeem question also. So MS Word is a kind of application. So I'm not gonna do this, or else I will get the marks. So sorry, students. I just okay. So this is a real dashboard, not that was me. Okay. So this is the actual result. So I'll end the game. So as usual, Hamsi is first place, Sharina and Angel. Mostly I see these three guys. These three students is coming first and all that. I don't know why others can't come first. Okay, Amshi and Sharina 100% passed. Angel 93%. Dinu 86. Sharon 86. Netra 73. Subishagan 60. Shalomi 66. Sherbo 66. Okay, so students who are below 75, you need to improve. Okay, who are above 75, they are fine. Okay, so students, you need to improve your skills. Netra, Subikshagan, Shalomi, and Sherbo. Okay, you already know the answers, so I'm not gonna review the questions for you. Okay, so students, did you get the clear idea of this quiz, how to use it and all that? So it will show you are kicked out of the game if you are gonna use the game again. That means if you're gonna answer twice. Okay, so if you create your account means you can save your daily, that means your quiz daily, and you can revise it. Okay, students, does anyone have a doubt?
No, sir.
No. So hereafter I want to see a nice and clean questions and the magazine. Okay. The magazine should be perfect. All right. And students, hereafter don't use the code as your name, and use a quiz at do a quiz at one time only. Don't do it twice or thrice. Okay. Last sometimes you are doing three times. It should not be done because other students are doing only one time. When you're doing two times means you know answers already. Okay. I just put that feature because while you are doing, you will know whether it's correct or not. Or else, shall I remove that feature? Hmm?
Don't, sir.
What?
Don't, no, sir.
Don't. Why? Okay, but in exam, you will get an online exam like in 2 weeks or something because you already studied a lot. So in 2 weeks, you will get an online exam like this for like 2 hours or 3 hours maybe. So you need to do that exam. So there will be some essay questions also for each questions. So there will be a question like what is hardware means you have to type what is hardware, the definition. Okay. Likewise, there are some questions you need to do. Okay, students. So there will be multiple choice questions also, even choice question. That means you can choose two answers for one question. Likewise. So we will give six answers and you have to choose three from it. That's correct. Okay, so likewise, there are a lot of questions will be arrived for you. Five types of questions are there. Okay, so I'm looking forward that everyone will do it in a good way. So the timer will go. Okay, you already know what is timer. The small bar that is goes down. So each question will contain a different kind of timers. So if an essay question means it will contain 3 or 5 minutes, likewise. So you have to take the full advantage of it. If we are giving 5 minutes means you can take the full advantage of it. Then you can go to the next question. Okay, but the exam will be finished within the time. If the question, if the exam paper is 3 hours means you will finish at 3 hours because here you don't have paper. So if you say, sir, 1 minute, 1 minute, or sir, 5 minutes, sir, 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, we can't help it. We can click the button, end button, it will finish. Okay, so everyone study everything so thorough and be prepared for your exam. Okay, all right, students. No one is talking. Is everyone is afraid of exam? They scared you? No, right? No one is talking. Okay, so the class is finished. Oh, they scared you. Okay, all right. Don't be scared. It's just an exam. Okay, a normal exam that you are gonna do in exam, but an online exam. Yeah, most probably in 2 weeks. We don't know. We didn't still put the exam and date. I mean the exact exam date. Okay, so after we have arranged that, we will let you know when the exam will be the exact date. Okay, so each you will do the exam on online like we do the quiz. So you will do the exam on the quiz app. Okay. So, and students, don't try to do this searching thing and all that. Okay, because we will find it, because we know the Google definition and all that. So don't try to copy and paste. Don't put this copy and paste. Okay.